Some people question the safety and security of voting by mail. Working for WRTV6's Cornelius Hawker is getting answers about how this process works in the Hoosier state and beyond.
If you're thinking about skipping the polling place and voting by mail in the general election to avoid coronavirus, there's some things you need to know.
You still have to request a ballot in Indiana.
That's political science professor Laura Wilson.
You have to take the initiative and ask the board of electors, hey, I'd like a ballot. You request it and then it's sent to you.
After going through that process, which can be done online or in person, you'd receive an absentee ballot. You will have to choose a reason for voting absentee. Some of those options include not being in town on election day, you're disabled, for health reasons, you're over 65, you're working, or you don't have a ride to vote in person. All those and more are reasons the state will allow you to vote by mail. Claims about widespread voter fraud through mail-in voting are largely unfounded. 5 states, Colorado, Hawaii, Oregon, Utah, and Washington hold all their elections by mail.
There's a lot of research that shows voting fraud is very minimal, and voting by mail has actually been very secure. There have been a lot of states that use various processes to ensure that voters' votes count, and they count correctly, and they count for the person whom they count for.
Whether voting by mail or in person, if you have questions, Laura says you should reach out to the Secretary of State's office or your local county election office.
They'll tell you what the process is. They'll tell you how they count things. If you're not sure, you can call them. You can email them and contact them. Ask them your questions. They want to be as transparent as possible because that is the point of voting and the point of government, quite frankly.
Working for you, Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
If you want to vote by absentee by mail, you'll need to fill out the necessary paperwork by October 22nd. That mail-in ballot must be received by the county election board no later than noon on election day. If you want to vote in person but skip the lines, you'll be able to vote at your county clerk's office from October 6th through November 2nd. Indiana Secretary of State and Governor have not said whether they'll encourage voters to vote by mail to cut down the chances of catching or spreading coronavirus. We'll continue asking for their stance on that.